I'm going to keep it real. This Monday Night Raw was complete shit. I don't like the show. It's complete ass. Simple as that. Like, I understand you have the world champion wrestling. You know what I'm saying? I'm finally Triple H is doing something. You know what I'm saying? But CM Punk, you only gave CM Punk like 3 minutes of fucking time on TV at the end of the show. You did the same thing from Raw weeks before. And if you want him to win the World Heavyweight Championship, get the fuck out of here. And Roman Reigns gets his shoes taken for the second time, bro. I don't understand the booking. And it's like in real life, I thought Roman Reigns would be like somebody would, you run up on a nigga and beat your ass. In real life, Roman Reigns probably whoop his ass in real life. But like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Anyways, we start off with Seth Rollins, the new World Heavyweight Champion. He comes out, he talks about how this is the future, the present, and the past, and shit like that. He just has a basic ass, boring ass promo. Not taking us anywhere. I have no interest in it, right? You know what I'm saying? LA Knight comes out and he challenges Seth Rollins tonight to a world title picture. He talks about Seth Rollins faking his injury and shit like that, right? And said that you're afraid I'm gonna hurt you and shit like that, right? And possibly LA Knight could beat Seth Rollins, but with booking, you know, Seth Rollins is going to win either way. LA Knight's not gonna beat Seth Rollins. I think everybody who's smart and has a vision, very intelligent, can tell you that LA Knight's not gonna win this match. LA Knight's never gonna be world champion. Sadly, but I would like for him to be world champion, but it's just the way our Triple H is, and I don't know what the smoke is. You know what I'm saying? Seth Rollins says no, and then Pierce comes out and says Seth Rollins will face LA Knight on Monday Night Raw tonight. So it's official. Seth Rollins will face LA Knight for the World Heavyweight Championship tonight. That's great. Great news. You know what I'm saying? That's some shit we need. You know what I'm saying? World title pictures are manufacturers wrestling. We get some shit like this here and there. So this is good. I can't complain. You know what I'm saying? Up next, we have Sheamus versus Rusev. Like, bro, you gotta be fucking kidding me. How many times do we gotta continue seeing this match? These niggas didn't get one match on fucking Survivor at SummerSlam. Not one match at SummerSlam. You gotta be kidding me. You wanna keep these guys on Netflix? Why? Why? What, because they're too big? Or they're too ugly or something, Triple H? What do you think? They're too ugly? What do you think? They're ugly or something? What do you think? What do you think? Because what, they're better than you? What do you think? Because they're stronger, could whoop your ass in real life? What is it, Triple H? Why ain't you putting them on SummerSlam? You feel what I'm saying? This is stupid, right? So basically, throughout the whole time, Sheamus just kicks Rusev's ass and gets counted out, right? And Rusev just hits him with steel steps and gets bro kicked, right? They start fighting backstage, right? Running into Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, who come out, you know what I'm saying? And they just brawl, right? They run into Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn gets pushed out the way. He's looking confused. He's like, yo, what was that? You know what I'm saying? It was actually funny, right? It was hilarious as hell. We need some shit like that here and there, right? Yo, it was just fucking hilarious, bro. You know what I'm saying? So Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, they come out next. They celebrate the victory. And they just act like Daniel Bryan and Kane, right? On their team, hell no bullshit, right? They just argue and then they get along, right? So they just get bitter with each other, right? So it's a little funny and entertaining, you know what I'm saying? Same with Kane and Daniel Bryan. So I actually kind of enjoyed it. But at the same time, we all know this tag team run's not going to last forever. It's not really that great. I really don't care about it. But put some comedian into it, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. And Roxanne and Raquel come out. And they said that we do not care about your friendship, and all we want is to go for the Judgment Day. Well, first of all, you fucking suck. Raquel Rodriguez sucks. Judgment Day sucks. All you guys suck. Nobody gives a fuck. You don't need no gold, bitch. Straight up, you guys suck. Charlotte Flair says tonight, I will kick your ass, right? And Adam Pearce comes out. He says, I get it. It's the Raw after SummerSlam. It says a title match takes a lot of time to make. No, it actually doesn't. I think he was just lying right here and fucking with us. It doesn't take a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? You can easily make a fucking rematch for these two, right? So easily, he says tonight it will be the women's tag team match, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Judgment Day. Up next, we have Penta versus Grayson Waller. Basically, Penta squashes Grayson Waller. I don't know why we're even talking about this match. Like, some people want it. No, I'm just playing. There was something I heard about. It was nothing about that I was going to say here. So, the New Day come out and they support Grayson Waller. The New Day are just being wasted at this point. They're just being wasted. I don't give a shit. I'm glad they're not fucking tag team champions anymore. And at the same time, they better not get any rematches for this shit. If they win the tag team titles again by next year, bro, they better at least compete and switch their shit up. You know what I mean? I don't know. They might as well just fucking retire. I think it's time for New Day to go. Seriously. I don't know what you can do with these guys at this point. So basically, Penta pins him 1, 2, 3, right? Penta gets the win, and Grayson Waller's on his way to get released. Up next, we have a promo with Io Sky and Rhea Ripley backstage. Rhea Ripley just brags about Io Sky, about her wanting to win and beating Naomi, fucking winning the title from her, winning, and her to lose to Rhea. Why would we want to see this shit? Why would we want to see Io go to beat Naomi and for her just to lose to you? Now, I understand they went through a lot of shit, but why don't you just make this a one-on-one feud? No title in the fucking picture, because Naomi's going to be facing Stephanie Fakar in Paris, right? So why don't we just make it a one-on-one on Raw or Paris? I don't even care if they don't compete on the show. The thing is this, right? Why do we always need a championship involved? Rhea Ripley's overrated as fuck. Can she at least get a feud? Can she at least get a feud for once without the fucking title? You feel what I'm saying? Naomi's on a good run, and these two should just have a one-on-one feud and have Rhea beat her. You know what I'm saying? And Rhea become a champion again? Not right now. Not at this moment. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't make any sense, right? Io Sky smiles and says, "You can't beat me, and you'll never beat me," right? We get to the women's match, and Raquel Rodriguez start beating up on Charlotte. Raquel just throws Alexa around into the barricade like a fucking dog, right? And Charlotte Flair comes up in there and chops Raquel into her chest, like fucking karate up in this shit, right? And Roxanne gets put into a body slam, right? Charlotte Flair hits a double moonsault on the Judgment Day, and eventually Alexa Bliss hits the sister Abigail to Roxanne, 1, 2, 3, ending the match. We can move on from here. If they want to make a rematch of Paris, go ahead. Just have them attack Charlotte and Alexa, go to SmackDown or whatever, and end the fucking feud. You know what I'm saying? And you know, with WWE, they're going to make 2 matches for these feuds anyway. So, let's just move on from here after. You feel me? Up next, we have a backstage promo between Lyra Fakara and Bayley. Why is everybody having backstage promos? Why isn't nobody wrestling? All we're having is backstage promos. That's all we're fucking having. I just don't get it. Why can't Bayley just go on the face, I don't know, Nikki Bella or something? I don't give a fuck. Lyra can face, I don't know, Sami Zayn or something. Why does everybody have to have the fucking talk backstage? Nobody wrestles. This is the same problem I have nowadays. Nobody fucking wrestles nowadays, bro. It's really getting out of hand, and I'm getting sick of it, bro. You feel me? So Lyra just gets mad that she won't be able to challenge her for the IC Championship no more, Becky Lynch. Well, it's a big deal. Big deal, bitch. You fucking lost. You lost the match. You can't challenge Becky. So why are you getting mad at us? Why are you getting mad at Bayley? All Bayley did was trying to help you. So Lyra here is acting like a selfish-ass little brat. Acting like a little bitch here. She acts like Bayley's not helping her out, and now all of a sudden she tells Bayley to stay away from her. No, she tried to help you out. You lost. Big deal. Grow up. You know what I'm saying? So Becky Lynch comes out, and she gets interrupted by Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella says, "You were one of the best in WWE. I remember when I first met you. You were very confident, and now you're acting like a fucking loser, right, for the women's division." I kind of agree. You know, Becky Lynch, her heel run has been complete shit. Her promo's been a little gringy for me. You know what I'm saying? And she talks about how Becky is never making it into Hollywood, and it probably isn't going for her. Becky says that she is hot, and she is in Happy Gilmore too, which I like the movie, right? And she talks about how I got you cut from the movie, right? So if that's true, Becky got fucking Nikki cut from the movie. I don't know if that's true or not. It's probably a fucking storyline in kayfabe, but I really don't give a shit personally. Like, these two will never be good movie actors. They really suck on that fucking mic. The Belly Twins and Becky Lynch suck on that mic. But at times Becky Lynch has good promos, right? But they're not good actors. Let's just keep it real. All Becky Lynch was, she was a fucking golf player. She didn't talk or anything in the movie. So let's be honest, right? She didn't have this big role in Happy Gilmore too. It was Adam Sandler, and that was pretty much it. Nobody else, really. You know what I'm saying? She calls Becky Lynch a big liar. You feel what I'm saying? And I agree. There's no way you would have cut somebody like a legend like Nikki Bella from a movie, and you absolutely suck. You know? She says you're a liar, just like Seth Rollins with the injury, right? And then Becky Lynch just disrespects her by not bringing up John Cena's name, but he says, "You and your ooh," and everybody's ooh, and he's like, "Oh, you can't see him no more. Does the you can't see me?" You know what I'm saying? So she disrespects John Cena, right? This really isn't much of a big of a deal, but you know what I'm saying? You got to continue some shit for a feud. You got to continue some hot shit, right? You feel what I'm saying? So, we got to say something, right? Natalya runs into Becky backstage for disrespecting Nikki, and Becky challenges Maxine Dupri next week, right? Natalya was like, challenge me, and then Becky went to challenge Maxine Dupri. I mean, who gives a fuck about Natalya wrestling at this point? Like, she never wrestles, and Maxine Dupri never wrestles. So, it's, she might as well wrestle Maxine Dupri. So, let's make it happen. Make the match happen, because she never fucking wrestles. You know what I'm saying? Nobody in here fucking wrestles nowadays. And that's why wrestling sucks. They don't see nobody wrestling. They just talk backstage. Nobody fucking wrestles. And this is wrestling, goddammit. And people don't want to get that through their head. It's common sense. Up next, we get the main event. Seth Rollins versus LA Knight. Yeah. They start brawling, right? And then eventually Seth Rollins gets thrown into the announce table, right? LA Knight comes up there and he grabs his head and hits him on the head on the table 5 times. Seth Rollins starts destroying LA Knight outside the ring, trying to rip the ring mat apart and stomp his head out, right? CM Punk comes out, ending the match in the DQ, right? CM Punk lost the title Saturday in 5 minutes, so it's understandable for CM Punk to come out and attack Seth Rollins, right? So we don't know what's going to happen. Pretty much it's going to be a match in Paris or probably after Paris. I don't fucking know what's going on. Probably going to be in Paris, right? So Seth Rollins destroys CM Punk with a curb stop, and the guys just destroy him. Roman Reigns comes out. Just wait until. Just listen to what I'm saying. Just wait until you hear what I'm saying. Just wait. Roman Reigns comes out, and he starts beating up Seth Rollins. Well, no, he starts beating up Braun Breaker. Superman punches him. Superman punches Bronson Reed. He runs Seth Rollins out the ring and shit. And Braun Breaker comes back in. He gets speared. And Bronson Reed comes back in and starts stomping out Roman Reigns. He hits Roman Reigns with 2 tsunamis. And Braun Breaker hits the spear. You feel me? And Seth Rollins hits the curb stop. Roman Reigns gets his shoes taken for the second time. Why? I'm really confused, right? How is Roman Reigns getting his shoes taken for the second time? I don't get it at all. It's really shitty booking. It's fucking hilarious, right? So at this point, this is shitty booking. Like at this point, Roman Reigns should retire. I don't know what you're doing with him at this point. You're having his shoes get taken for the second time. Well, this is just storyline booking, bro. Don't trip. I don't give a fuck, nigga. It doesn't make any sense. And I'm very confused, right? To a shitty ass Raw, right? This is real shitty, and really, Raw on Netflix and Raw will never get better unless Triple H or somebody gets out of that fucking office. Simple as that.